Now me, I'm a full-time worker. I'm a nurse. My husband is a full-time worker. Going to school full-time, working full-time, and then I am working full-time too.
You know, UK, every hour is £10, £11, £12 or more minimum wage.
I'm not joking. All my guys, them know me.
Oftentimes on this channel, I get asked this question: Melissa, how do you cope with having 3 kids? How do you cope with childcare? Is it possible for me to come to the UK with my children? How do I cope with them? How do I make sure that my mental health is always on 100 or at least an 80? So many how do you? And today, you guys, your favorite street girl is out on the street to get realistic answers from people living in the UK on how they cope. Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It is your favorite street girl, Melissa OT, keeping it real, keeping it locked down on the streets of the UK. You guys, if you know I'm your errand girl, send me, use me, I'm here for you guys. So people, today I'm back on the street like I never left. You guys know the code is coding, but anything for you guys. So I'm back on the street to ask mothers to get raw and realistic answers from moms in the UK on how they cope and how they're able to deal with the harsh realities of being a mom in the UK. Believe me, it is hard work, pure hard work. No worries, I'm going to tell you guys my story, but before I do that, it's best you hear from others. So you people, let's hit the streets of the UK together. Hey fam, so I just met this beautiful lady. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Jennifer.
Hi Jennifer, I like this your jacket. It's like you dash me.
Thank you. I'll dash you. No wala.
No wala. Okay. All right, Jennifer, quick one. Are you a mom?
Yes, I am.
How many kids have you got?
2.
Wow, how are they?
They're okay, but they are stressing my life.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I wanted to even ask. So like, how do you cope with being a mom in this country with no help?
Honestly, I don't even know how I'm coping. As in, the answer is I don't know, to be honest, because you know, like back home, there's a lot of help. You're surrounded by family.
Yeah.
Let's not even go into house help. You're surrounded by family, so there's mother, there's father, there's brother, there's sister, there's auntie, there's uncle. There are
somebody.
There will always be someone. But here, because we don't have family, it's just you and your husband or you and your partner. It's tough. It is very tough, but we are winging it sharp.
All right, I know, right? So, do you have any advice for anyone that is planning on coming into the UK? Now, let's say a single mom now with no husband, because I know here most times you and your husband, you have to wing it anyhow. Someone will have to be at home while the other goes out to work. Just somehow, someone just has to be with the kids. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So now, a single mom now is planning on coming to the UK with probably 3 kids, no husband. Is it realistic, and how can she cope?
See the anxiety I'm having just hearing 3 kids. The anxiety. Okay, my advice, as tough as it sounds, if you can come alone first, come. Because moving into a new country is difficult. Yeah. You have to settle in. Now when you have 1, 2, 3 kids, how are you going to do it? By yourself. Yeah. Except you're coming with family. Yeah. If you're coming with a partner, you will struggle. It's a huge warning out there, you know, to my fellow, mothers from abroad. Yeah. It's tough, but if you're coming as a single mom, please, I mean, with 3 children, with 1, you might be able to wing it, but with 3, I don't see it being possible. Just try and come alone, you know, get a house, settle down, you know, get a job, start working, start earning a living, get savings. Then you can now begin to think of moving them over. Yeah, that would be my candid advice.
Yeah, honestly, that's so true. I absolutely agree with you, because myself, I have 3 kids. To be honest, I don't even know. It's the headache. It's a lot. Like, it's really despite the fact that I have someone, like I have my husband, but with no help. Like now, I'm not working. You guys know I don't work because I can't even afford to work. How do I work? He works full time, so where do I leave the kids while I go out to work? I feel bad sometimes, but I can't even help it. Do you get the point? So yeah, Jennifer, you made a really valid point.
It's tougher for your husband because now he's the one that has to go out alone to work. So even if you work from home, it's kind of easier because you have kids. Yeah. It's not easy, but it's a bit easier because you're home. Yeah. Now me, I'm a full-time worker. I'm a nurse. Yeah. My husband is a full-time worker. In fact, he goes to uni. He's doing his PhD at the moment, though he's wrapping up. So you can imagine how he's been going to school full-time, working full-time, and then I am working full-time too. with 2 children. So you guys can imagine. It's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, we've been able to get my mom-in-law to come in. But if she stays 4 or 5 months, she goes back.
And reality sets in.
Reality will kick in and the frustration, man.
Yeah.
This thing breaks homes. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It breaks homes. So that's why my advice, I mean, at the beginning when you asked about a single mom, is to just leave your kids home. Leave them for some time.
So talking about the breaking home, sometimes you feel mentally stressed. Like, I won't lie, I've said it a lot of times on this channel. I cry most times because I'm always up and about. I notice at some point I'm always up and about. Even my husband tells me, you're always busy. I'm like, because this needs to be done. It was like, but relax, it will never finish. Once you feel like you've done enough, like you fed them, you changed them, relax more before you go and probably do the dishes or arrange, because you know we have a thought that your house will always be scattered. I mean, I don't like it. So I like to always arrange my house.
OCD, are you OCD?
I think I have a bit of OCD because
Oh, my brain is reset, you know. I'm OCD too, but my brain is reset.
you can't help
this part because I can't help it.
Anyway, so how can one deal with mental health issues? Like when you feel low, I know sometimes you feel low as a mom, you feel low, you feel tired, you feel burnt out, you feel exhausted. Like, how do you cope? How do you manage it?
That is inevitable. My advice would be speak to someone. And when I say someone that understands you, someone that can relate, that is key. Because even your husband might not relate. That's the truth of the matter. So you might be speaking to him and he cannot understand you. Most times I speak to my sisters because they can relate. So my sister is also a mom of 2 under 2, just like me. So when I call her and I'm lamenting, she's also lamenting. Both of us will laugh, and before you know it,
Exactly.
and we're moving on.
Yeah.
That's how we cope. That's how we cope.
All right, thank you so much, Jennifer. Honestly, you're smart. I will start from your smartness today. So thank you for gracing our screen. We really do appreciate.
You're most welcome. Subscribe to Melissa Otis channel. She's got content. She's always on the street, and boy, she has lots of content. I absolutely enjoy her videos. Please subscribe, like, share to your friends. Let them also gain 1 or 2. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you. In fact, you need a hug. You need a hug. All right, do have a great day. Okay, bye. Hey, faithful. So I just met this lady. Oh my God, she's so cold. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Sorry about the cold. Anyway, what's your name?
Obianuju.
Oh, hi, Obianuju. Are you a mom?
Yes, I am.
Right. So how many kids have you got?
Just a beautiful daughter.
Oh, just a beautiful daughter. She must be really beautiful.
Yes, she is.
All right. So how have you been faring? Like, what has it been like being a mom in the UK? What are your major struggles right now?
Okay, like the major thing obviously is care, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but we're pushing it. We're making it work.
Right. So how do you navigate your way around childcare for now?
Okay, so one thing I always say and one thing I've learned from is that when it comes to childcare, first of all, as a mother or as the husband, first of all, be willing to help your wife.
Yeah.
And as the wife, be willing to accept the help. Because to be honest, if you're not willing to accept the help, when they do it once or twice and you're nagging, they're going to just leave it for you to do.
Yeah, and you know, some women believe that some roles are particular, like for them alone, while some are for men. Like, I mean, in the UK, where anybody can pay bills, anybody can clean, anybody can cook. But some women, once their husband offer to do those things, they just, that my mentality of, no, don't worry, don't, you want to die? do you want to die? Say, the way I am now, I have 3 kids, which most of you know. If my husband decides that, okay, for 2 days, just go away, go to your friend's house and stay, let me look after the kids, and the one will grab that opportunity. I'll say, oh God, thank you. I bet if possible, make soup. So when I come, there will be soup for me to eat. No, really, as I feel like as women, we need to be willing to accept any help that comes our way, because it's hard work.
No, it's hard work. In the UK, it's hard work.
How old is your daughter?
She's 5, going to be 5 months in 2 weeks' time.
Right. So when you had that, did you have any help? Like anybody come around to help you?
No.
This is the reality of life.
I learned how to do omugo, so now I'm a qualified omugo person. Call me anytime.
Oh my days. So like from day one, like from the moment you got home from the hospital, did your friends come around? Anybody come around at all?
You know, UK, every hour is £10, £11, £12 or more, minimum wage. Everybody literally, and you really don't blame people. They need to also survive and work. I just had friends come in, like But most of the work, most of the hard work I did with my husband, we just had to navigate it, to be honest.
First time, mom.
Yeah, and I had a cesarean also. It was
My God.
Thank God we're here.
Oh my God, that's insane. That's insane. Honestly, that's one of the major challenges that people face. Sometimes your mental health, you just find your mental health deteriorating. Like myself now, I'm just all alone with them, with my husband, and I struggle daily with my mental health. Sometimes I'm so low, like I'll just find myself crying, like who sent me this message? Like what is especially when 3 of them are crying at the same time, no help. Like literally most times you just find yourself just low. But how do you manage your mental health when you feel low, when you feel tired, when you feel exhausted? What exactly do you do?
Yeah, one thing is that I have, like, I'm so close to my family, to my husband's family. So most of my day, maybe I'm on video call, and I'm one person that loves to say my problems. Because when I complain, I have help. But if I don't complain,
how would they know something is
something's wrong with me? So I complain and they tell me, Uju, don't worry, it's going to be fine. And you know, you look at your daughter.
Oh my God.
Just
the
joy, you just be strong.
Okay, fine. Lastly, I don't want to waste much of your time. Do you have any word of advice for anyone that is looking at coming into the UK now? Okay, for instance, let's say a single mom with no husband right now. She's planning on coming into the UK with 3 kids and she has no idea on how she's going to manage her life when she comes. She doesn't even know what it's like. Do you have any word of advice for her? Like, what do you think she can do? How can she navigate her way around work, childcare? Like, how?
Okay, so for me, the fact that you've made the decision that you want to come, please come. Don't be in Nigeria and be like, how am I going? Come and see how you're going to do it, because in one way or the other, there'll just be a way. You'll do it. Trust me, you'll do it.
Honestly, that's the truth. That's the truth. Because if you keep saying how, the house will be so much that you find yourself not making that move. Believe me, just come. There are school clubs like where you can keep your children, breakfast club, lunch club, evening club. You just find your childcare is expensive, very expensive. I won't lie. I pay for childcare for my first child and it's very expensive. Thank you so much. Oh, Josie, the code is called. This guy tried though. If you're in the UK, you know that the weather is freezing, but thank you so much, June. All right, do have a great.
Nice to meet you there.
All right, bye. Hey people, so I just met this lady. Hello. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Maria.
Oh, hi, Maria. Maria, oh, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
Right, Maria, are you a mom?
Yes, I am.
Right, so how many kids have you got?
I have 3.
Oh, how are they?
They are fine. I have 1 girl and 2 boys.
Oh, they must be really cute.
Yes, they are. Thank you.
All right. So how do you navigate your way in the UK, being a wife and a mom? Like, how do you cope with kids? Do you work?
Yes, I work.
So where do you leave your kids when you go to work? How do you manage childcare with your husband and, you know, also going to work and all that?
Yes, being a mom and being a wife is not easy in this country. And I'm a support worker. We need to manage balance. It's not easy. And the childcare cost is getting high every day.
So how do you navigate it? Like when you go to work, where do you leave your kids? Does your husband have to stay back to look after them? And then when your husband goes to work, you have to stay back to look after them. Like how do you manage it?
Yes, I need to put them in childcare and also having the support of my husband. We need to work in different days.
Exactly, that's what most people have to do. So Maria, when you go to work, right, like where do you leave your kids?
Breakfast club, afternoon club, or in holidays, holidays club.
Right. So how does the breakfast, lunch, and I don't know what it is, but how does it work?
For example, you can keep them in breakfast club for 7 a.m. till 9. Afternoon club, you can keep them 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. Holidays club on the Easter, Christmas.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate Maria. Do have a great day.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you.
Bye. Hey guys, so I just met this beautiful lady. I know some of you know her, but yeah, she's our celebrity. But introduce yourself, celeb.
Hi guys, I'm Stella. Most of you know Ella's Farm, isn't it?
Ella's Farm, Stella of Ella's Farm. I can see you already in the spirit of Christmas.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
I think I'm the only one left to actually, because honestly, I'm not feeling this Christmas. If you're feeling this Christmas, share with me in the comment section because I'm so not feeling it at all. Anyway, Stella, are you a mom?
Yes.
So how many kids have you got?
2 for now.
Wow, you know, in a nutshell, what has been your experience being a mom, a wife, a YouTuber, a working mom? I know you have other jobs, other things you do in the UK. Just tell us briefly, how has the experience been so far?
Honestly, it has not been easy, but we thank God. You know, when I came to this country, I don't have any child, but after giving birth, I had to wait at home for 1 year maternity. So I resumed back to work after 9 months. But it was a bit challenging because with child work and my husband studying, it was not easy. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so we started with childminder. So it was starting me £5 per hour. So I tried it for 1 week. I gave up because at work, as at that time, 2019, I think they were paying me around £9.50. So I was paying her half of what I was getting. I was like, what's the, you know? And mind you, so if I'm working 9 till 9, I will still have to get home maybe 9:30 or so. I have to pay more, way more. So after 1 week, I gave up. I said, no, I can't do this again.
So what did you do?
So I had to tell my husband, okay, we have to plan. So he started working. Anytime I'm working, he's not working. It's either he must work at night or if not, he won't even work at all. So I had to tell my manager the days I'm free, you know, because of childcare. The good thing is that they understand. Some of them, not all of them. So the good thing is that my manager understood like the situation and all of that. So I started working 3 times in a week. So those 3 times I work in a week, I make sure he's there. He's not going to school, and then he will have to work at night. So that, and after a few weeks, after a few months, my daughter turned 1. The lady came. She started helping me out with baby. So that's how I was so lucky. And before my daughter turned a year 6 months, my brother came in. So my brother started babysitting. So in fact, my brother started learning how to shower baby, clean baby. He started learning everything. So that was just how I was lucky. And you know, with my second child, obviously at this moment I'm still on maternity leave. So
wow, oh my God, what a story! It's like you just took us around your entire life. Anyway, I'm sure someone must have learned from it. But see, my problem right now is that I know a lot of people, they suffer mental health issues with having kids because having no help. First, let me ask, when you had your 2 kids, did you have, you know, like Nigeria, it's very common for you to have your mom or somebody come to help you. Did anybody help you?
When I had my first daughter, nobody. In fact, I remember a friend helped me for 2 days, 2 to 3 days. Everybody is busy, the truth. The 4th day, she was not able to come. I can't remember what happened, but all I know is I could remember telling her, I've showered baby, but I did not do anything. I just mopped the body because she was so tiny. I was like, I entered the bathroom. I was just playing with my husband. Came in and said, I said, I don't finish. I was like, ooh, yes, because honestly, it's not easy. And some days you'll be so depressed. Some days you cry. It's just normal. You cry.
How do you overcome this sad mood? When you're feeling very low, tired, and exhausted, what do you do?
To be honest, with my first daughter, it was not too bad. Unlike my son, his hard work. With my daughter, it was not too bad. And that was when I started YouTube because I was becoming so bored at home, locked down, so everything. So you know what? I just picked up my phone one day. I said, let me start
guys.
YouTube.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ella's Farm.
Yes, so it was through that lockdown. Everybody was depressed, you know, going out, you know, hang out, nothing.
Hey.
That was when I started YouTube, guys. So I just started YouTube. So YouTube started keeping me busy. Every day I'll bring phone and talk about how to come to UK to study. So I was just using my husband's experience and all of that. That's how I started YouTube. But honestly speaking, it's not easy. But the truth is that I feel it's just like your job. You learn. You grow, you understand, you get used to it. That's just it, just like your job. You get used to this.
You guys, she's our mama care job on this YouTube channel. I'm going to put her name, our YouTube link on the screen and in my description. I was going to follow her. You heard that? It's just like her job. It just came out naturally to show that she's grounded. She knows a lot about coming to the UK. So please, you guys, make sure you follow her. Okay. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. Anyway, Stella, now, lastly, what advice do you have for someone? Let's say, for instance, a single mom planning on coming to the UK with 3 children, no husband. Is it possible? Is it realistic? Or what do you think about it?
This one is tough, because me as a person, me personally, I will not do it. Like I'm being realistic. With 3 kids, no husband. Like,
but is there a way around it at all?
There should be, but for me, I'll just leave them with my parents or with anybody in Nigeria. When when I settle in the UK, I'll have friends, you know. But just coming in a country where there's no friend, no family, and all of that, I won't try it. Like, it's going to really affect me because even the hustle you want to hustle, how will you hustle with 3 kids where you cannot leave them at home? You know, so
you can't leave them at home. No. Some people are really strong.
Some people are strong, but for me, I can't do it because that's what affects a lot of parents. In fact, let's just just put it this way, a lot of African parents, because your husband is not here, you keep your kids in the house, you lock the door, go to work. Before you know it, you don't even know who is watching and who is looking at you. Before you know it's story. And the social services are here. Where did you go to work? Where did you drop your kids? So I think you have to, think very well before coming to the UK without nobody.
Alternatively, you can come alone first, leave them back home. Because when you come, accommodation is even hard now. Will you be carrying 3 of them? Will you even carry 3 of them to going for house viewing this? Do you get what I mean? When you come, probably stay for like 6 months to 1 year, you already understand the system, you've socialized, you already have friends in church, from work. Do you get what I mean? Your environment.
Church is very good. It's good for you to go to church. Not like, I'm not being rude, but once you enter this country, just look for any African church or just look for any good church. They help a lot. Very important.
I don't have that experience because my church is filled with whites, but I don't know, maybe she knows better. But I think the most important thing is that you just need to socialize. That way you can be able to get help. You'll be fine. I believe that there's somebody that's watching me right now that is just really confused about coming to the UK with kids, and I hope you've been able to learn from our experience. Trust me, you're going to be fine. You will do it.
For me, at the end of the day, it's your choice, if you want to come with your kids or not. But me personally, I won't try it. I won't come to the UK if my husband is not coming with you. He lets him stay in Nigeria with the kids, then I'll come alone. When I say to them, he can now bring them. I won't try it personally. I won't.
No problem. All right, Stella, thank you so much. Right. Wow, you guys, I could go on and on asking people, but I think I've gotten more than enough response from these women. Like, they were all very honest, which I appreciate. And of course, people know I'm always having fun. Like, I had fun with them, like so much fun. One of my biggest challenge even right now is, how do I cope with 3 kids and work? My first child is 3 and my twins, they are 10 months. Twins, 10 months. Like, you can imagine having 10-month-old twins, like dealing with them alone, no nanny, nothing. So when I even think about work, I get anxious because I don't even know how I'm going to cope. For now, I'm just chill, I'm just relaxed because my mental health comes first. Like, I've been saying mental health. And I know a lot of people wonder, what's up with your mental health? Are you depressed? Seek help if you are. See, frankly, guys, a lot of times I feel really low. I'm not even going to come out here and lie. I feel really low. I feel overwhelmed. I think that's the word. And when that happens, what do? I see movies, or I just tell my husband, you know what, just look after the kids. I need to go upstairs and rest. And him being very understanding, he looks after them, and I go up and rest, refresh, take a bath or something, stay in the shower because I love water a lot, which some of you already know. Stay in the bath or the shower, let water run over me. Just relax, basically. Take pictures. And I feel woolly. Believe me, these sacrifices will be worth it. I know a lot of moms out there making huge sacrifices. They wake up in the morning, prepare the kids for school, go to work, come back, cook, clean. Like, they are always on the move. Believe me, it is going to pay off, and it is absolutely worth it. Whenever you feel low, know that you're not alone. Melissa has 3 kids and she's struggling. Yes, I am struggling. A lot of moms out there are struggling. Also, make sure to socialize. Like, when you socialize, you're able to meet people that have similar problems. Like one of them rightly pointed out, speak out. Like, you need help. A request for it. When you get help, accept it. Do you get the point? Accept. Don't feel like, oh, you're a superwoman. No, accept it. Take a break and rest, you guys. Show me in the comment section your harsh realities of being a mom, a wife in the UK. Just let me know in the comment section. Even if you're not a wife or a mom, share with me your harsh realities in the comment section, and I'll be there waiting for you. You guys, next week I'm going to be asking the men, yes, the men in our lives, they have to come out and give their own 2 cents about this topic. So next week I'm going to be asking men them, yeah, the men, on their thoughts on this issue. So if you've not subscribed on this channel, hey, what are you waiting for? Your darling, please subscribe to my channel, click the bell so that whenever I post new content on this channel, you will get notified. You guys, Melissa Otis signing out till I see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.